Hey there. If you're watching this, chances are you're at a point in your life where you're looking for something more, something meaningful that reignites your sense of purpose. Maybe you've recently retired, or perhaps your kids have all moved out, and now you're wondering, what's next for me? It's completely natural to feel that way, especially after dedicating so many years to work, family, and responsibilities. Suddenly finding yourself with more free time than you're used to can feel both exciting and overwhelming. But here's the thing. Just because you've hit 60 or beyond doesn't mean your sense of purpose has to fade away. In fact, this is the perfect time to rediscover yourself, embrace new opportunities, and focus on what truly makes you happy. Today, we're going to explore 5 powerful steps to help you find your life's purpose after 60. These are practical, real-life approaches that can genuinely make a difference. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's chat about how you can create a fulfilling and purposeful life moving forward. Let's start with something really important: reflecting on past achievements. You might be wondering, how is looking back going to help me move forward? Well, it's not just about reminiscing, it's about recognizing the incredible journey you've already taken and giving yourself credit for it. Sometimes we get so caught up in what's next that we forget to appreciate everything we've already accomplished, whether it's a long and dedicated career, raising a family, pursuing hobbies, or giving back to your community. Your achievements matter. Take a moment to think back on some of your proudest moments. Maybe it's that time you finally finished a big project at work, or when you helped your child through a tough situation, or perhaps it's something more personal, like overcoming a health challenge. Whatever it is, don't downplay it. Write it down if that helps. Grab a notebook and jot down those memories and achievements. It's not about boasting, it's about giving yourself permission to feel proud of the life you've led. As you go through this process, pay attention to patterns. You might notice that you've always been a problem solver or a caregiver, or maybe creativity has always been at the heart of your achievements. Identifying these patterns can reveal a lot about what brings you joy and fulfillment. Recognizing your strengths and the values you've held on to throughout your life is key to shaping your future purpose. Now that we've reflected on your achievements, let's move on to setting new personal goals. Just because you've reached a certain age doesn't mean the goal setting is off the table. On the contrary, it's more important than ever to have something to strive for. These goals don't have to be monumental. It's not about climbing mountains, unless that's your thing. It could be as simple as learning a new language, writing your memoirs, volunteering at a local charity, or even starting a garden. The point is to create goals that add value to your life and bring you joy. Think about areas where you'd like to grow, or things you've always wanted to try but never had the time. Maybe it's developing a new skill, picking up a hobby you let go of years ago, or connecting with people who share your interests. Break those goals down into manageable steps so they don't feel overwhelming. For example, if you want to learn to play an instrument, start by practicing just a few minutes a day. If it's writing a book, commit to writing a page every morning. Small, consistent actions can make a huge impact over time. And remember, it's okay to change your goals along the way. Life is fluid, and so are your interests. What's important is staying curious and open to new experiences. Give yourself permission to evolve, even if it means stepping out of your comfort zone. You've already proven time and time again that you're resilient and adaptable. Use that same spirit to explore what's next for you. Now that we've covered reflecting on past achievements and setting new personal goals, we're just getting started on this journey to rediscovering your purpose. In the next part, we'll dive into how community involvement and creative hobbies can enrich your life and give you a renewed sense of purpose. You definitely don't want to miss it. Now that we've reflected on past achievements and set some new personal goals, let's talk about something that might just surprise you with how much it can transform your life: engaging in community activities. You might be wondering, why should I get involved in the community at this point? Isn't it time to just relax and enjoy life? The truth is, staying connected and involved doesn't just benefit those around you, it brings purpose and fulfillment to your own life too. There's something deeply rewarding about being part of something bigger than yourself. Plus, it's a fantastic way to make new friends, share your skills, and keep your mind sharp. One of the best parts about community involvement is that it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need to sign up for anything overly demanding or time-consuming. It can be as simple as volunteering at a local food bank, helping out at a community garden, or joining a group that matches your interests, like a book club, knitting circle, or walking group. Even just showing up to support local events or lending a hand at your place of worship can make a difference. If you're feeling hesitant or unsure where to start, try asking yourself these questions. What causes or activities am I passionate about? Are there groups or organizations in my area that align with those interests? And most importantly, what kind of commitment feels comfortable for me right now? Sometimes it's not even about giving time or effort, but simply sharing your wisdom and life experience. Imagine hosting a storytelling night at the community center or mentoring younger folks who could learn a lot from your journey. Your story matters, and people genuinely appreciate hearing about your life and what you've learned along the way. Plus, it creates meaningful connections that add a sense of belonging and purpose to your days. Another great way to reconnect with your sense of purpose is through creative hobbies. You know, it's easy to think that hobbies are just extras, little things to do when you're bored. But the reality is that creative expression can be an essential part of living a fulfilling life. Whether it's painting, crafting, writing, dancing, or even baking, hobbies give you a chance to put your personal stamp on something and express how you're feeling. If you're not sure where to begin, think back to what used to make you happy. Did you love drawing as a kid but never picked it up again? Maybe you always enjoyed woodworking but haven't touched a tool in years. Or perhaps you've always wanted to try something completely new, like pottery or digital photography. Don't worry about being perfect or even good at it. The goal here isn't to impress anyone, it's to feed your own soul. Take your time exploring different creative outlets and see what brings you the most joy. It's okay to experiment and switch things up. Creativity isn't about rigid expectations, it's about letting your imagination breathe and giving yourself the freedom to create without judgment. And the best part? Creativity is a powerful way to keep your mind active and engaged. Studies have shown that learning new skills and engaging in artistic activities can improve cognitive function and reduce stress. It's a win-win. Plus, sharing your creations with others, whether it's a homemade meal, a knitted scarf, or a short story, brings a sense of accomplishment and connection. Sometimes it can feel a bit daunting to start something new, especially if it's been a while since you tried a hobby just for the fun of it. Don't put pressure on yourself to excel. Just enjoy the process, laugh at your mistakes, and celebrate your progress. Whether it's the vibrant colors on a canvas or the melody you're practicing on an old piano, let your creativity remind you that you're capable of amazing things. Before we move on to the next step, take a moment to think about how community involvement and creativity could fit into your life. Maybe you're already doing some of these things, or perhaps it's just the inspiration you needed to give them a try. Either way, it's never too late to start something new and fulfilling. Next up, we're going to dive into a practice that not only nurtures your mind, but also brings peace and clarity to your daily life. You don't want to miss it. Now that we've talked about engaging in community activities and exploring creative hobbies, it's time to focus on a practice that might just be the most transformative of all: daily mindfulness. You might hear the word mindfulness thrown around a lot these days, but at its core, it's really just about being present. It's about paying attention to what's happening right now, not dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. In a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming, mindfulness is like pressing the pause button and giving yourself permission to just be. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or complicated. You don't need to meditate for hours or master complex techniques. Mindfulness can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths when you wake up in the morning, noticing how the sun feels on your skin during a walk, or savoring the taste of your favorite tea without distractions. It's about making room in your day to slow down and really experience the moment. One of the easiest ways to practice mindfulness is through simple breathing exercises. Try this. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly rise. Hold it for a moment, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this a few times, focusing only on your breath and how it feels moving in and out of your body. If your mind wanders, and it probably will, just gently guide it back to your breath without judgment. Another wonderful way to incorporate mindfulness is by practicing gratitude. Take a few minutes each day to think about 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand or monumental. It could be something as simple as hearing from a friend, enjoying a good meal, or seeing flowers blooming outside your window. Acknowledging these small blessings can shift your mindset and help you feel more connected to the present. Mindfulness doesn't just help with stress. It also boosts your overall well-being by keeping you grounded and balanced. When you make it a part of your routine, you may notice that you feel calmer and more resilient, even when life gets a bit hectic. Plus, it's an excellent tool for reflecting on your journey and staying open to new possibilities. Now, you might be thinking, why should I bother with mindfulness at my age? Haven't I earned the right to just live without worrying about all that? And you're absolutely right. You've earned the right to live however you choose. But mindfulness isn't about adding stress or giving yourself more to think about. It's the opposite. It's about giving yourself permission to just be at peace with where you are and who you are right now. When you combine mindfulness with the other steps we've covered, reflecting on your achievements, setting new goals, engaging in the community, and exploring your creative side, it all comes together into a lifestyle that's full of purpose and meaning. It's like putting together a puzzle where every piece plays a vital role in the bigger picture. Living with purpose after 60 doesn't mean you have to follow anyone else's path or meet anyone else's expectations. It's about finding what brings you joy, what makes you feel alive, and pursuing it with an open heart and a curious mind. Whether it's learning a new skill, lending a helping hand, creating something beautiful, or just taking a moment to breathe deeply, every choice you make contributes to a purposeful life. So, take this journey at your own pace. Let purpose unfold naturally as you experiment with new habits and rediscover old passions. There's no rush, no deadline, and no pressure to get it right. Just embrace the process and trust that every step you take is leading you to a deeper sense of fulfillment. And remember, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. Your purpose doesn't have to look like anyone else's, and it can evolve over time as you do. Be kind to yourself as you explore what makes you feel most alive. If you found value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more inspiration and practical tips on living your best life after 60. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How do you find purpose at this stage of your life? Let's keep the conversation going.